And let me. So again, I just want to welcome everyone today to this AXO informational session. I know that many of you have established AXO programs. Some of you are here to learn more about AXO and how we get that started. One of the priorities of President Bailey is, of course, to encourage more youth development because we want to build those leaders. And we know that AXO is just one of those really great ways to do that within the NAACP. And so for those of you who are new to AXO and have questions, if you don't want to ask them today, just make sure to send those and we'll get lots of good answers for you. And so at this time, I'm going to turn it over to our national staff who will share all things good about AXO.
Okay, thank you so much, Karen. So this meeting was brought to us as a request for an informational. So we are here to have a conversation to fill in any gaps of information that you need to know as it pertains to leading your local AXO unit. I will take you through a brief description of the program, and then from there, I'll kind of open the discussion to see what questions you may have, to see what the goals are of the state with this assembly. I'd love to meet you, see where you're located, and learn a little bit about you, and see how I can better serve you and how we can serve you as a national staff as you begin the work or already are doing the work to lead your local AXO program. Almost 50 years ago, AXO was started to celebrate the achievements of African American youth that were enrolled in grades 9 through 12. And that program that idea came to the mind of renowned journalist Vernon Jarrett, who believed that African American students should have the opportunity to stand on acclaimed national platforms and be celebrated for their achievements outside of athletics, as their non-Black counterparts were being recognized. And so he created the Olympics of the Mind. But before it became the Olympics of the Mind, it started off as a science competition in the DuSable Museum in Chicago, Illinois. And the DuSable Museum believed that in the vision of Mr. Jarrett. And from there, they also recognized they did not have the resources to carry the program forward, and in the scale in which Mr. Jarrett desired it at that time, almost 50 years ago. And so the association, being partners with the DuSable Museum, became the beneficiary of receiving AXO, and it became the leading youth achievement initiative of the association, and it is still today. We also have the Youth and College Division, which is focused on activism and civic engagement as it pertains to youth civic engagement within our communities. And so here we are today. AXO has grown to 6 categories. Within those 6 categories, we have 33 competitions within those 6 categories. Those 6 categories of competition include business, they include STEM, humanities, performing arts, visual arts, as well as culinary arts. Those categories engage our students for the duration of the academic year. Around this time of year, units will indicate to us, starting right before the Thanksgiving holiday till about the end of this month, units will indicate to us that they are going to be leading a program, and they turn into us a unit intent forms. Unit intent form. If you've not turned in that unit intent form, please see Karen or whomever is pulling all of the information together. I've not seen and met, like I said, I want to meet everybody. So once I stop talking, we're gonna open the table for dialogue, and then you can ask your questions. The program where we are now, everyone will send in their unit intent form. Once you send in your unit intent form, you are an official unit, because that intent form now is coming with the sanction of your branch president or your youth council advisor, which per our bylaws are the only people that can say that you are officially the person leading your local AXO program, and so much that you are now the AXO chairperson as written in our bylaws. And so then you now are part of the official roster of communication of all that happens that comes out of the national office as it pertains to the movement of the program, not the front-facing, welcoming, information gathering component of the program, right? There's that component, but then there's also the component of understanding the inner workings of the program, ensuring that you've got the proper rules and regulations to lead your competition, and ensuring that you understand what the rubrics are, and knowing who qualifies to be a judge for a competition and who can't qualify, and what you can do to fundraise effectively for your group. We also assign you to a cohort of other AXO uh, chair people at varying levels throughout the country. So not just within your state, but also you are invited to participate in cohorts of other AXO leaders that are having conversations and dialogues to scale and grow their programs. Since the time that I've had the privilege of leading this program, our program has grown leaps and bounds, and we have opportunity that are available to our students that have never been available before. And I say that as a success of the program because it has taken a community to be able to pull all of these efforts together. And when we build community together, we move so much stronger. And as we move stronger, we're moving to what our finish line is right now, our national competition, which is coming up in Las Vegas, Nevada this July, where we're going to be celebrating not only the achievements of our students, but we have a brand way of presenting our national competition. And I know that leaders on this call, like Lynette Wilson, who have been in the front line of having conversations within the state and also on the ground at nationals and helping to pull all the troops together. And who else do I see on the call? Did I see you came off the, yeah, hey Lynette, who else do I see? Patricia Carroll. Don't let me start calling everybody else on the call who's been there, Sandy Parker, everybody, because I know everybody's helped the children to get there. But this year's AXO is not going to be like any other AXO. And I promise you, you'll want to be there. If you saw anything that we did in Boston, every round really goes higher and higher. So I'll stop talking, ask all the questions that you want to know. You probably want to know what I need to do to get started. Where can we get the forms, all that stuff. So let me know what you need to know, but can you let me know who you are, and then let me know what your most pressing question is, and I'll give you the answer. And we'll pop out. I'll call the first person. And after I give you the answer, you can call on the next colleague to kick it off. Is that okay? Awesome. I see you here now. Okay,
I
fantastic.
love it. Yes.
All right, awesome. Thank you. Okay. So right next to me, I see Sheila Heron. Hey, Sheila.
Hello, everybody. I'm here in Roanoke, Virginia, Unit 7114. For the last 5 years, I've been co-chair. Last year, I was chair with Gloria Randolph King. So this year, I am the advisor. I'm so excited. We've already started. We have 15 Olympians already. I've already turned in my paperwork. So I'm excited. We've already been meeting. We just met on last Sunday at 5 o'clock. I've got my paperwork. So I'm actually ready to go. I'm just waiting. I've been getting on the igniters meeting that we've been having. So I don't really have any questions. I'm just excited. I'm ready to go.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Sheila. Who you calling next?
Let's see. Let's see. Carolyn Custard.
Well, hello, everyone. I knew she was going to call me. So my name is Carolyn Custard. I'm in Prince William County, but I work, I am the co-chair, and I work with, and let me turn my camera on so that we can. Okay. So I am the co-chair, and I work with Michael. So he is the expert in the area, but I cannot, I'm a retired administrator, so we kind of tag team and work so closely together with Prince William County Schools and then with our community and students. But Michael is amazing, and I'm sure he'll tell about all the things we're doing, but I have the honor and the privilege to work with him, and I'm very excited about the things that we're doing. We actually had an informational meeting last evening, and one of the parents was just so excited, and she had her son there. So Michael can give you more of the information about where we are, but we have the support of our community and of our schools. So I think we're all set to go. But so I'll call Michael next so that he can share what we're doing in Prince William County.
Good evening. Thank you, Carolyn. We've started. We got about maybe 16 students already, but I'd like to see an update on culinary, whether or not there'll be culinary, whether or not there'll be the intensive for the image awards. And I had a third thing, but it slips my mind. Maybe somebody else will ask it. But those are my two questions.
Fantastic. Thank you, Michael. So we are postponing this year's Arts and Entertainment Intensive. We will not be hosting that in LA this year. And as it pertains to culinary and hospitality, we are tying up the last few moments of how we are retooling that program. And then we will be announcing how the culinary application and invitation process will proceed for the duration of this school year. Who are you calling next? I'll call
So,
somebody, Michael.
yeah, I was gonna say, if Michael's not, I'll call.
Okay, go ahead, Karen.
Oh,
So
I'm
I'm gonna
sorry.
call,
Wait
oh,
a
go ahead.
minute. My speaker was off. Pam Crum.
Let's see. Good afternoon, everyone. Figure out what's going on with my device. I'm from Hampton, Virginia, and I am here to look, listen, and learn. We lost our chair, if I'm not mistaken. She's just willing to help out with the process. So I'm just here to listen and learn. Oh, and I need to call somebody.
Yep, nice to meet you and call somebody. Yep.
Diane Joyner. She's in my corner here.
Ooh, my hair. Good afternoon, everyone. I am from the Cumberland County branch. I don't know my unit number, Cumberland County branch in Virginia here. We are new to this. I agree to set in, to listen and learn. We're not sure if we're going to be participating, so that's why I'm here, to listen and to learn.
Thank you, Diane. I'm glad you're here to listen and learn. I invite you to set up some time to schedule with myself or Jamie so that one of us will speak to you so that we can walk you through what you need to do to feel confident enough to take off and fly that plane so that you can potentially mount some competitions for this semester, okay?
Okay.
All right. Don't forget to call your colleague. Call the next person.
Oh, sorry. Renee Randolph.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Renee Randolph. I'm a culinary arts teacher with Arlington Public Schools, and I compete under Prince William County under the amazing guidance of Mr. Artson and the fantastic folks in Prince William County. I appreciate what you shared about the culinary and hospitality competitions that are coming up. I got students fired up and ready to go. We've actually already started a little bit of brainstorming, and so we're kind of relying on last year's information. So we look forward to getting that update so that the kids are working on what they should be working on. So thank you.
Sure, Renee. Thank you for being present on this call. We did not know who was all going to be present. I didn't know. We didn't know where the conversation was going. So I'm glad we're all having a dialogue and everybody's saying who they are. I know your face. I'm trying to track. I know a lot of faces, and I had to track where I had to pinpoint what your role was. So what I will say is, because you're here, I'll go a little further with the culinary conversation, because what we're going to be asking units to do this year, which we've not asked them to do before, is to bring to the table everyone who is involved in the process for your local culinary and hospitality competition to have a meeting very similar like this, where we are having a conversation before we walk through the process of both competitions, so everyone has an understanding at the same time, so that we can alleviate any of the issues that we've seen before in the transactions of culinary coordinators with nationals or nationals with the culinary coordinator, and then the mentoring chef and the mentoring chef. All of those things, we want to make sure everyone's at the same table having the same conversation. So that's what's going to be changing. And so we're finessing how to walk through that. So y'all can already pull a date together that works for everybody at the table, and we set the meeting up and get the ball rolling for y'all. Okay.
Okay, so it sounds like what you're saying is not necessarily the rules that are changing that much. It's just about us coming all together on one accord.
It's a process. Yep.
Okay.
Because as we are growing, we've got to tighten up. And yep, we got to tighten up.
Understood. Well, thank you. And I'm going to call out, I don't believe Patricia Carroll has been called yet.
Thank you, Renee.
Thank you.
Chef.
Good evening to everybody.
Hey, Pat,
Glad to look out and see all of your beautiful faces. Yeah, I am Pat Carroll, and I work with the AXO for Portsmouth, Virginia, 7104. And been working with them for many, many years. And also we have others surrounding cities that we kind of work together. And we have our enrichment set up for probably for the rest of this year, and also a competition date. We will have an enrichment session on this coming Saturday that we're looking forward to. We have quite a few students that has signed up. We have contacting various mentors to work with them, and just look forward to this upcoming competition that will be in Vegas. Vegas is one of my favorite places. My son lives there. So don't know if I'll have a chance to go this time, but if not, I will have all you on my mind. And I'm going to turn it over now to Dorothy Ware.
Thank you, Pat. I'm Dorothy Ware, and I'm the co-chair from Virginia Beach NAACP, working with the AXO with Pat under the guidance of Lynette Wilson. And I'm excited to be the co-chair. The chair for Virginia Beach is Benita Richardson, and this is her first year, and we're very excited about getting started.
Fantastic. Congratulations. Nice to meet you, Dorothy.
Yeah. I have to call someone, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. I have to look at everybody. I have it on a different view. I'm sorry. Let's see. Well, I might as well call on Lynette Wilson.
You're muted.
Sorry, guys, I'm at a doctor's appointment with my brother, so please accept my apologies for that. Just excited to have Virginia Beach back with us this year, joining our coalition. Our coalition consists of Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, and Portsmouth. Pat has pretty much given you a great overview of where we are. We, as she stated, our Richmond session will be on Saturday. And we're excited. This will be our first time having someone participated in architecture, and we were able to get someone from the architect. I can't remember the name of the association, but it's from the state of Virginia, and he will be there working with one of the students just to get her engaged and get her situated with what she needs to go. So I guess with that being one of our new categories. We've looked at the categories, but because we've never had anyone in there, I know one of the questions the parent asks is, do they have to have an actual model? But based on what I've seen from the national competitions, my answer to her was yes. And if you have anything else that you can provide to us to assist with that young lady, because basically with us being in the Hampton Roads area and having the governor schools, we do a lot of the performing arts. But we're excited about the architecture young lady. So Larry, if you could provide a little more. We've read the guidelines, so if there's any other input that you can provide. And then I do have one other question. One of the students that's doing a dramatic piece is a piece that has profanity in it. And I'm old school. I'm not a fan of profanity. So I don't want to listen to his piece every time he says profanity. It's an excellent piece, but he has profanity. So the question is, can we change that to a lighter word with the judges take away from that if we change it to a lighter word?
So I'm going to speak to you, Lynette, and respond to you while I am grabbing my charger because my computer is about to send me that alert. So to your first question regarding architecture, what I would say about architecture, the student has the full creative control over their piece as it pertains to the story they want to tell. Well, I say and the story that they tell with that piece really helps to shape judges' opinions on those things at the national level. What I'll say as it pertains to the preparation for that. The preparation for that competition really comes into the student being entrenched into the knowledge of the industry at their grade level, to show that they have a full and strong understanding of the concepts. Some of the students, some of the feedback that we see, and I'm speaking from a place of reviewing feedback. Some of the feedback that we've seen speaks to students not grasping concepts. And sometimes the anecdotal can overtake the structural concept. So ensure that that's in place in the development of the project. And I think that the student should be successful. As it pertains to the student in dramatics and that student using profanity in the piece, one of the requirements in dramatics speaks directly to it being an age appropriate piece. So I imagine that if the piece, so let me ask, what is the piece?
He was supposed to send it to me, so I don't know the name of it.
Okay.
Sylvia and Glenda listened to that piece. I was in another session when we had our first enrichment session. So I don't know the name of it.
Okay. Once
And I
you
know the crowd guideline says of literate content, and so my thought to him was no, but so you're saying to look at the piece and see if it's age appropriate.
So I think so one is whomever, check in with whomever their coach mentor is, whoever the coach is working with them and directing them through the piece. There needs to probably be a conversation there to talk about why they selected the piece and all that, so that by the time it comes to you, you can say, okay, yes, this is an age appropriate piece, and you have the understanding and why why it's coming to you as the AXO chairperson, coming through the channels to say this is why they're doing it. Now, if it's a piece that the director is saying that they're going to deliver a father's like if they're going to do one of those monologues, let's see if they're going to do, what's Denzel's character's name in Fences? His name is escaping me right now, but if the child is doing the father's monologue in Fences versus the son's monologue, the judges will raise the question, why did you choose the father, not the son? That's where that age appropriation comes in there. So I say use that as an example as it pertains to language. We rewind the tape back to 2020 when we did competitions virtually, and the child did the piece. She did Monique's monologue from Precious, and she did it verbatim as it pertained to her copying from the movie, not reading the full movie transcript. And so there's a deeper conversation the judges had there as it pertained to the appropriation of not just the age appropriation of the pieces, but also the selection of pieces. And so you take that conversation how you will and make those determinations from there. Lynette is probably, oh, you're not frozen. Lynette, she's probably listening right now to someone. So let's call somebody else.
Oh, let's somebody is talking now.
Oh, we lost Larry.
I'm here.
Um,
I'm
are
charged.
you?
Remember I said, nope, I'm here. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
there you
Here.
go.
Just plug
Okay.
it in.
All right.
I'm just off cam.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
Diane John, I think she.
Yeah, so Diane Joyner,
Yes.
you're next.
Hi, Diane.
Hi. Who's speaking?
This is Larry. I'm gonna be back on camera in just a moment.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
ensuring that this computer doesn't turn off on you in the middle of it. I'm here.
Okay. All right. So you want me to speak again? Because I'm the one from Cumberland County,
Oh,
Virginia.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm from Cumberland County, Virginia, and I'm here just to listen and learn.
Okay, that was my mistake.
That's okay.
I didn't record.
I think Sandra has her hand up to say she's saying pick me,
Who is
Sandra.
not?
Yeah.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. I'm sorry, I was trying to lower my hand and I can't find it. So if the moderator could lower it for me, thank you. I am with the Hanover unit and I'm calling, we're kind of new on the AXO scene and just trying to learn and grow through the process. I do want to know what's the deadline for that intent form. I guess what I'm trying to figure out is if we should move forward with aiming for this summer or kind of get a jump start on planning for next year. So just wondering about the deadline.
Sandra, are you a woman who is energetic about youth engagement?
Yes, I guess I am.
And you get
Yes.
that form in, and we will see you in Las Vegas in July. You're gonna do this. You can do this. You have a community of people who believe in you, who have supported you to come to this level. So we are going to help you get to the finish line for the 2024 school year. Let's start now.
Okay, but still, what's the deadline?
Get the form in. We will take it until the end of the month. But if you need
Okay.
encouragement to get that form in, we will take the form until the end of the month from you. But the encouragement says, hey, I'm a little unsure. Can you walk me through what this looks like? And the encouragement might look like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this. So can you help? Like, the encouragement is us helping you out so that you know that you've got a community of people to support you through this, and you're not going to be in a vacuum doing it, walking it by yourself.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is that everyone, Karen? Nope.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I think we got everyone.
Did we get Pam?
Yes.
We got Pam. Okay.
Yep, she's from Hampton. Yep.
That's right. That's right. From Hampton. Okay. Yeah, we got everyone. Fantastic. All right. So I've got a few things, if I can jump back in, if that's okay.
Mhm.
So I wanted to just check in and see how are you all shaping your local competitions for those that are returning units? What does your local competitions look like for spring, and how do you do them as individual units, or do you do them as coalitions? How does that process look? Because I kind of feel like I'm in the backstage of the award ceremony a little bit for the virtual awards. Like, we're about to go do the award ceremony.
If ours is gonna be on May the 4th at 10 o'clock at William Fleming High School. It's gonna be in the auditorium. However, the competition itself, we have it in separate rooms. And this is so funny because Dr. Harmon is behind me. She's my logistics person, if you can see her. Pick up what you just brought in here. She just showed up at my office. She got jackets for the logistics team where she's putting letters on their jackets. So nobody could touch my judging envelopes at all. She said that is not happening. So she literally came here, look at this, with jackets so their names can be on the back. We are not playing this year at all.
Metal boxes.
And metal boxes with the key. Yeah, we have it for William Fleming High School. We already have the date. So we have someone who's doing the food for us. For the judges, they will be coming in that morning. The judges will be signing all their documents that morning. We have their training. The Olympians will be there at 9:45. They'll get a light breakfast, and then they'll start our competitions. After that, the judges, they will be there. We have our statisticians that will be there. Everything will be done on the stage. We're trying to set it up the way it is done at AXO, where they will have, the gold, silver, and the bronze. Can you open my closet for a minute? We already have our trophies already. I'm about to show you the trophies that was taken care of. It's in that box right there. You slide it out. Yeah, that white box right there. We have our trophies already to give out. So we really try to get ahead of everything this year so that we're not behind. So we have the trophies already. I'm gonna show you really quickly. This is Dr. Harmon. We're not playing. Here we go. This is for the gold. And as it goes on to the silver, the bronze, and then we have one for honorable mention. So we're ready. We're so excited this year. And then after that, we have like a light lunch for them after it's over. We're looking for it to go, what do we say? We have everybody showing up at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and we should be done with the whole process around like 1 o'clock is what we're looking at. And then after that, just getting all my paperwork, my portion of everything done and submitted. And then that's it. But we've been practicing. We already have our judges. Every one of our judges have their PhD this year. Well, we're not playing this year. Every last one of them. Our mentors are experts in their fields. They have their either bachelor's in their area or their master's in that area. And we've been working on it now. I mean, we started early this year in October. At least. Yeah, at least in October. So we're just excited to go, and we're just trying to get ahead of everything.
Okay.
Real professional people.
Yes.
I love the professionalism. Thank you for putting yourself out there, Sheila, sharing that information. I love to hear that you are far ahead than many of our units, and so much that y'all already have the medals, trophies. The trophies are coming in for the announcements for the students. I love that. I do have.
Yes. Oh, I meant to tell you, we
Okay.
have special for Gloria Randolph King because she's done so much and we've learned so much from her. Each one of our Olympians this year will get a special medal. And we didn't know what type of medal we wanted to do because we do gold, silver, and bronze. But we do have another medal that all the Olympians will get with a special Blazer Award with her name on it to represent Gloria. So every last one of the Olympians will get one of those that participate in any area. So each one will get that. She means so much to us that there's no way we could ever forget her and what she's done for this unit. And so each one will get that.
So you picked up where I was. I love that you shared that. You picked up where, if you heard, I was saying I was going to say I do have a couple of things I do want to follow up with you.
Oh,
One is, I would love. So I don't know what the state or what the local program is thinking or doing, but whenever we have lost AXO leaders before, we want to acknowledge them at some point. And so we've done that when we have knowledge of it during award ceremonies in timely fashions. And so I would love to I'm in the space of pulling together like some of the stories that we're telling. If you've seen the award ceremony, we tell these various stories. And so part of that is talking about the commitment of those who have transitioned and those who can tell those people's stories, be that voice for them. So however we're thinking of, you all are doing that locally, I would love to know that, so that may be able to inspire and influence some of the things that we do that may bubble up nationally.
absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. The second thing is, you mentioned that your local competition is the 4th of May. May the 4th be with you.
Aw.
Yeah, local competitions are supposed to end by the end of April. That's just one administrative note. All competitions have to wrap by the end of April. That's a mandate across for all units. We got to bump that.
Change that. We'll have to change it then. That's fine.
So I want to give you that notice now, so you don't have. So when we reconnect for our town hall, when I bring it out for folks, that won't set an alarm off. Y'all won't say, I was on a meeting with Larry. He could have told me then. I'm giving it to you now before before.
By the end of April, you said?
Yes, all competitions need to be held by the end of April, which will be Tuesday, April 30th.
I
And
got you.
that unit competitions on weekdays. All competition materials need to be in 7 days at the end of your competition. So if you were holding it the 30th of April, then the 7th of May will be when all materials will be due.
Okay. I'll be on that today. Okay. That's no problem since we're so ahead. I don't have a problem with
You
changing the
got this.
date.
You got this. This is what you created a margin, and this is the victory in creating margin. So congratulations. Anyone else? So thank you for sharing that for your local competition dates. Anyone else, if your date is beyond that, just make sure you want to adjust that there. So Sheila shared about that unit. So everybody will be hosting individual local competitions this year. Yes.
Okay, this is from Portsmouth and Area 2. The competition date will be April the 21st. I'm sorry, April 20th, which is that Saturday. And our award ceremony will be that Sunday, April the 21st.
Okay.
We usually have a week or two before that time where we meet with all the judges to go over any type questions that they may have. But before that, we actually select judges and make sure that we do have the correct, well, I say individuals that's needed according to the category.
Okay.
But we do have and I don't know if it's going to be virtual this year or if it's going to be actually held at in person. So those things haven't been worked out yet.
Okay.
But we are on it.
All right. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I will encourage that you move closer to doing competitions in person. We are at the place now where If students need to compete virtually, we need to allow that at a local level for extenuating circumstances, because we want to keep everyone aligned with national practices, and we don't allow any virtual competition for national competition any longer. And so we gave we had a year of grace, a full year of grace for 2022 when we were back in person for local competitions. We know that folks had varying circumstances to level to scale back into or to walk into for the first time doing competitions. And then last year, we used that as the official hybrid. So we're using this as we're at the place now we're asking people to return to in-person competitions across. So just start preparing for that.
Hey, Larry, just to answer your question, this is Michael Artson. In the state of Virginia, we all have our own individual competitions.
Thank
You
you.
know,
Thank
unlike,
you.
for example,
That's what I'm tracking. Yes.
like in New Jersey, I know they all have one big competition for all those 11 those 11 branches, and then they send the winners of that to national. In Virginia, everybody has their own separate competition.
Okay. Do you all meet like this outside of conversations like this as a state as well?
No, we meet through that cohort.
Okay. I
So
would also
once,
encourage this kind of gathering so that you all can also begin to have conversations, so that if you find that there are synergies within neighboring districts, you can begin to pool those resources together and create a groundswell of AXO within the state of Virginia, which you all have the capacity to do that. I watch annually what you all do, and from a cohort side to an individual side, and you all have the power in Virginia to create something that you've not done before, but it's going to challenge you and it will be rewarding for you. So I just want to encourage this kind of meeting as well as you continue through the year.
so give me an example of
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Well, so actually, if I may, this actually is the beginning of us doing that for Virginia, because
I
one
can
of the
do it when you
things
are.
that, since I've been in this staff position, I have very much learned that we're disconnected and need to be connected. So that is something that today is the beginning of just that.
We're on the right track. We're on the right track.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The other thing I wanted to thank you, Michael. Thank you, Karen. I wanted to also share. So I had a question about state goals, but Karen, we can touch base on that and we can talk about that so we can assist with that. We have other state leaders that can and are looking for other people to bring into a cohort to think and to then mobilize and engage and move work. So looking forward to bringing you into a conversation with a very small group of them that meet and do that. When it comes to our fundraising, how are you all looking on fundraising?
That was my next question. I'm not necessarily fundraising, but um, the grants as well with that. But we typically do the double good and then just get sponsorship. And it's a struggle. Keep considering it. We are a coalition and have several students going within the cities, and then the branches assist, and then the state also assists. But that's always a struggle, and we want to see what we can do to make that not such a struggle this year. We have a couple of things that we're looking at. We hope pan out. Pat and I have a meeting tomorrow, as a matter of fact. So I'm not going to put my mouth on it because I don't know if it's going to work out. But if that works out, that would be a good amount.
Okay. All right. I want to encourage everyone to start fundraising sooner than later, because once if you've never done this before, what we're about to walk into is local competition season. Local competition season is the qualifying round to identify the students that will represent your unit on the stage at the national competition. That stage is one of those 33 competitions that we offer under those 6 umbrella categories. In order to qualify for the national competition, the student must earn a gold medal. That gold medal earns them the right to come to the national competition. It's a responsibility for the unit that is sponsoring the program to also sponsor the competitor that earned the right to compete nationally for the national competition. Fundraising for those contestants become a priority, in addition to the chaperones that must accompany those students. We see chaperones as the chair and the co-chair And we recommend, and then chaperones are required for every 4 children. So if there are 8 contestants that earn gold medals at the local competition, then the AXO chair and co-chair, if they are capable of doing so, they are officially the 2 chaperones that will accompany those children to the national competition. Now, that doesn't preclude anyone else from coming to support, whether it be on their own, with their own resources, or even if the unit, in some cases, has the resources to, send additional children to the national competition who didn't earn gold, but they earned the right because they showed up every single time for every single session, and you want to expose them to that opportunity. However you all decide to do that, the onus, the responsibility, the priority rather, becomes to the gold medalists, and then those chaperones that need to accompany them, and then anyone else. As you continue to build your numbers, remember, there's, for every 4 children, you need the accompanying adult that would be that has to be present for them. And I also want to speak directly to, I know that we had an issue in Boston last year where there was a child who won a competition, but an adult who showed up to the national. A child won the local competition, but an adult won the national showed up to the national competition. What do I mean? The child was 17 when they competed, but was 18 by the time they got to nationals. And so children can, once they get there and once they have those moments where they want to make adult decisions, they then have to face adult consequences. So when those situations happen, the way that we handle those things, that for those that were involved within the Virginia, with last year, for the Virginia student that we had that issue with, that is how we handle those things on the national level. If it's a local issue, it remains local, but should it bubble up for national reasons and impact national competition, that's when we get involved. And so I want to continue to empower this group to lead your programs as you lead your programs.
Wait a minute. Explain that. So if a student is a senior, and we have, especially since the Lancome Scholarship was offered, that's my other question. Will a Lancome Scholarship be offered? But let's get back to this issue. If a student is a senior and
No. If a child is 17, 17. If somebody turns, we see a child. If a child turns 18 while they are in the school year, that is perfectly fine. You have to be currently enrolled when you are as a high school senior to compete in AXO. That is perfectly fine. Legally, when it comes to making determinations for your life and where the path you will go, if you are legally an adult, then you have to be treated as an adult. And so if you show up to national competition making adult decisions, then you have to face those adult consequences. And I am empowering the groups to continue to have adult conversations with adults.
Okay. Will the Lancome Scholarship be offered again this year?
Oh, so you did have that as a question. We are finalizing paperwork and conversations on Write Your Future, and we're looking forward to hosting Nope, it's not even Write Your Future. Is it Write Your? Yeah, Write Your Future. It wasn't Write Your Future. So, but details will be forthcoming with deadlines, all of those things. And we will officially announce all of the things that we have forthcoming when we reconvene for our upcoming town hall. Date, which I'll give you the town hall date. The date for the town hall will be Wednesday, January 31st. Wednesday, January 31st for our first town hall. And that's at 7 Eastern.
So Larry, this is not a fundraiser question, but in terms of preparing for funds, I know you can't. Well, no, we do know the location. Do you have the amount that the rate would be so that we can adequately adjust our budget?
I do not have the rate at this time. What I can say is that the rates are more than, but the rates will be more than Boston. The percentage in that range, I hope to be able to announce that. So there's several things that we're waiting to confirm in order to announce for the town hall. So I hope to have the answer there to give you the range that you can prepare to fundraise. But I would start at the level of Boston at least. Start at the level of Boston. Renee?
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, so my question isn't necessarily related to fundraising as well, because we've started to do some of those things. You mentioned earlier that you recommend that you wanted us to come together as a culinary hospitality group to kind of get on one accord, but we haven't been able to get our hands on a copy of the contest description for hospitality management. And I know last year was the first year we didn't compete, so we really don't have any point of reference. And, I want to make that meeting happen sooner rather than later. So if you were able to facilitate that information, that would be very helpful.
Sure. Okay. Sure thing. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Are there any more questions? All right. Well, I hope that I've taken time to give the answers that you need. Please reach out to us to schedule. If you want to do some one-on-ones, we are open. We love one-on-ones. Technical assistance is some of what we do, because we are concerned always in a good way with the sustainability of our program. We want to ensure that you feel supported, and we don't want you out here by yourself and then you feel like you can only see us online or in the summer face-to-face when we're at nationals. But if you need that one-on-one time, we can provide that to you, to provide guidance and to listen and to provide support. So thank you for opening the door for us to share this dialogue, and the door is open for you all as well. Is there anything else that we can provide for you?
I think, Larry, this has been really, really great. Thank you so much for taking the time. I'm going to ask all of our AXO programs, if you can also just share with the state conference, if you've submitted your forms to National, that you also send those to me so that we know what's happening. Also, kind of your schedules, because I know that President Bailey, he may want to pop in and see what's happening, but also so that we are really aware of what's happening with AXO. And again, this is just the first of a time for us all to come together, because I think each one can learn something from another. And so I'm just really excited and grateful for these opportunities, and especially for Larry and Jamie being willing to be with us today. And Larry, we will schedule another time to talk also, just to make sure that we know everything that's happening. And you all will also get like a follow-up email from me for today with any information and resources that you might need.
This is great. Thank you, Karen, for organizing and facilitating this. Congratulations again on the new role. And also, I want to encourage everyone and really offer maybe a challenge to the group as a state group, a state body, a state coalition, a state consortium, however you see yourselves. But really lean in with each other and build the strongest body of AXO people, AXO believers, AXO community from Virginia that you can, to walk into the national competition for this year, because that's the energy that this call has that will revive itself in July. I promise you that it will. And then it's going to help you all swell and grow it to a new level for fall 2024 into 2025. This is aligned with a lot of what we're doing and how we can glow. So thank you so much for this time.
Hey, Larry.
Yes.
Larry, I have one more question. Okay, I see the dates for this year's 11th through the 15th for Vegas.
Yes.
Okay.
No. The
11th through the 14th.
14th.
Okay, so it should be 11th through the 14th.
Yes.
Okay, so the actual award ceremony will be that Sunday, the 14th?
The awards will be the 14th.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Did you see the 15th posted anywhere?
Pat, we put the 15th there because we normally stay over. I think she's looking at our flyer.
Okay.
We stay over an extra day. Yeah.
Okay, that's probably what it is. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
And Karen, could I speak with you once we're finished, if you don't mind, if you can stay on?
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
Okay. All right.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Everybody have a great day.
Bye-bye.